So, in continuation to the waves, if we enter into the chapter of wave optics, okay. In this chapter, first we discuss about the concept of superposing of waves. After superposing, while traveling in one particular direction, okay. What happens to mainly the intensity of the wave at one particular point, okay. Means, suppose these are two sources, S1 and S2, okay, and they are separated by certain distance. Let the distance be d, small d, right? And these two sources are giving some sound or light, okay. And here that sound or light in wave form while traveling towards the right, okay, like this. At one point here, at a distance of say some capital D, okay. At that point, while combining, one wave is combining with the other, okay. It is called as superposition. You already know this name, superposition of waves. So by superposing the two waves at that point, what happens to the resultant amplitude? What happens to the resultant intensity? Okay, this is amplitude and that is intensity. Okay, for that he is saying while traveling in one particular direction means waveform generally we write y1 is equals to a sine kx minus omega t. This is the waveform. Okay, and here I am taking both are having the same frequency, means nu1 equals to nu2. So omega is same, k is same, but I am taking their amplitudes as A1, and for the second wave I am taking the amplitude as A. A2 sine, second wave, same K and same omega. Okay, Nana? While superposing at this point, suppose there is some phase difference between the two. Let that be phi. Okay. Then you may ask, actually here, what is that phase difference, sir? Right? To give some clarity here, I am explaining. Suppose one wave is going forward in this direction and another wave here traveling in the same direction. At one point while combine another, if you see, suppose this is I think a trough and it is also trough. Okay, trough is going to join with the trough. Trough is going to join with the trough means here the phase difference between the two will be 0. Okay, or at one point, suppose the crust is going to join with the crust, means while superposing at this point P. Okay, crust is going to join with the crust. Both are crust only. That's why here also the phase difference is equals to 0. Okay, means try to understand my intention here. At one point, when the wave is coming from the two sources, okay, so at this point, crust suppose joins with the crust, or at the same point trough with the trough, the phase difference will be 0. While joining, look at, there is no phase difference. That's why the amplitude of first wave, A1, directly combines with A2 nana. Why? Because both are plus. Both the amplitudes are plus. Then the resultant amplitude I can write here straight away A1 plus A2. Okay. So even with I mean, even crest with the crest or trough with the trough, the resultant amplitude will be plus or minus of A1 plus A2. Means amplitudes will be directly added. Okay. When the phase difference equals to 0. Right? So this type of interference this type of superposition is called as constructive interference. Okay. Constructive interference means, suppose two waves are superposing at point, resulting the change in amplitude and change in intensity. Okay. Such type of superposition is called as interference. Nana. Okay. In that interference, if the amplitude will be increased after superposition, then it is called as constructive interference. Okay. Na? Suppose at that point, when these waves are coming to that point, okay, at an instant, at that point, unluckily the crust joins with the trough, okay, or the crest of first one joins with the trough. Means the trough joins with the crest or crest joins with the trough. Okay. Then here look at, one is crestata, other is troughata. Crest and trough means what will be the phase difference between these two? One is upwards, other is downwards. Means it turned by how much angle?
Sir?
Crest and trough, Nana, phase difference. All right. So phase difference will be pi. Okay. So if the phase difference here between the two waves while superposing here is what I'm saying, phase difference is pi, then that type of interference is called as destructive interference. So we are finding out two types of interference, constructive, destructive. Okay. So destructive interference means, clearly we understood that the phase difference should be pi, okay, or the multiples of pi. Okay. So here, in this destructive interference, what will be the resultant amplitude if they asked? I have to write in this case minus A1 plus A. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Or in this case,
Plus minus.
plus A1 minus. Okay. So if you take here minus common, you will get the same thing now. A1 minus A2. That is already A1 minus A2. So again, resultant amplitude will be either plus or minus A1 minus A2. Okay. So we have to understand that in constructive interference, resultant amplitude is becoming more, and that too it is the maximum value. And in the destructive interference, we are finding out the resultant amplitude is less, and that too direct subtraction is the mean. Okay. So in the interference, what is happening? In the interference pattern, what is meant by interference? when two sound waves or light waves are interfering at a point, interfering means superposing at a point, okay, the resultant amplitude or the intensity will be changed depending upon the phase difference. Okay,
Sir.
this phenomenon is called as interference. This is the interference now, one concept. Like beats, Doppler effect, echoes, like it is interference. Okay, so I think you understood. Interference mainly deals with resultant amplitude, resultant intensity based on phase difference. Okay. If I come, what I'm saying in the interference pattern, amplitude, intensity both will be changed based on phase difference. Means based on path difference also. That relation already we discussed in waves chapter, and how the intensity changes with amplitude. This part also we discussed in waves chapter. Okay, na? Right. Then here I am coming back. How to decide this phase difference at a point? Okay, and based on phase difference, how the amplitude changes, and accordingly how the intensity changes. Okay, means we are entering into the chapter, right? Then here at this point, Nana, basically you have to understand that, look at in this diagram, I said it is S1 and down one is S2, and I selected one point here. Look at S1 to P and S2 to P. Are they appear to be equal, Nana? Obviously, no. I think you can say. Which is appear to be more? I think.
Yes.
Yeah. S2P is more. Means S2P is more in this case. Then look at, if I ask, what is the path length of the second wave? Immediately you say, sir, its length is S2P, sir. What is the path length of here? Immediately you say S1P, sir. Like 4 meters, 3 meters. Okay. What is the path difference if I ask delta X? Immediately we say 4 minus
S2
S2P minus S1P. Means my intention is, while calculating something here, since S1P is not equal to S2P, surely there is some path difference. Okay, difference in path. Path difference is there, then surely phase difference is there. If the phase difference is there, then what is the intensity and amplitude we are going to calculate. Here I am going to calculate first what will be here the resultant amplitude, how it changes with the phase difference. Okay, here from this explanation, surely the delta x changes, so delta phi changes, then obviously amplitude also changes. How it changes, we are going to do some mathematics here. Okay, at that point, after interfering two waves, the resultant displacement, generally we write it as y1 plus y2. Okay, y resultant. Okay, then here look at these two, I can't take anything common. That's why what I am going to do, first one as usual I write it as a1 sine kx minus omega t plus y2, I try to expand by considering this part as a, that part as b. Sine a plus b formula I am going to use now. Sine a plus b, you know, sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Okay, so you also simultaneously expand that one. A2 into sine of kx minus omega t cos phi plus cos of kx minus omega t sine phi. Okay, sin A cos B plus cos A sin. Now I think I can take something common here. Why? Because here and there sin kx minus omega t common. So from these two I am going to take sin kx minus omega t common into, I write here a1 plus here a2 cos phi, okay, plus left over we have only one term, that is a2 cos kx minus omega t into sin phi. Okay, I write like this. Okay, further I can't simplify this equation, Nana. Okay, that's why I have to assume something like let this is something, that is something. So I'm assuming let this part means a1 plus a2 cos phi. I'm taking here as some r cos theta. Okay, let it be r cos theta. And here and another one a2 sin phi, let it be r sin theta. These are my two assumptions. Okay, so these two assumptions I am going to substitute here. So I will get that implies yr equals to, this is sin kx minus omega t into this one. I substitute my assumption, that is r cos theta plus a2 sin phi, I assumed it as r sin theta into cos omega kx minus omega. Okay, look at Nana, here I think you can do something by taking again r common. Again it is appeared like sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. Sin a cos b plus cos a sin b is sin of a plus b. So r into sin of a plus b, a is kx minus omega t plus b is theta. This is what I got the resultant wave equation. Okay. In this resultant wave equation, if you observe, it is appear like a sin kx minus omega t plus phi. Appeared like. Means it is appeared like a sin kx minus omega t plus phi means this a, what I assumed it as r, is the amplitude. That's why what is the resultant amplitude you are asking here, Nana? That resultant amplitude, here I write. So in the final equation, R is the resultant amplitude. Okay. Therefore, AR, what I am asking, the resultant amplitude is nothing but R. That I have to calculate now. Okay. R, how to calculate? Again, come back to my two assumptions. Look at the two assumptions here. I want R.
A1 plus A2 cos theta by cos theta, cos phi by cos theta, sir.
That you will get tan theta. That you will get tan theta, Gadanana. But I require R. R means eliminate theta.
Yes, sir.
Eliminate theta. How you eliminate?
Cos theta ni sin 90 minus theta రాసుకోండి.
No. Better will I give one idea? Square and add.
Okay, sir.
Then sin square theta plus cos square theta will become 1. Right. So I am going to add the two equations. Okay. Then here by squaring and adding the two equations, right hand side I will get r square. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. And left hand side I will get a1 plus a2 cos phi whole square plus here this is a2 sin phi whole square. Okay. Again, expand this term, and I think you will get R is equals to something.
R square equal to A1 square plus A2 square plus 2 A1 A2 cos phi.
Very good, very good. So therefore, R is equals to root of what you are saying, A1 square plus A2 square plus 2 A1 A2 cos phi. Very good. This is R value. Finally, what we got? Okay, means we assumed here that is 100% correct. At a point, these two waves of same frequency interfere with some path difference, means with some phase difference. If there is a phase difference, depending upon the phase difference, resultant amplitude will be changed. Why? Because resultant amplitude mainly depending upon the phi value here. Okay. So this phenomena is the interference pattern. In that interference pattern, I want the constructive interference condition, the destructive interference condition. Means maximum and minimum. Okay. Means I am asking R max for R max.
But constructive ante phi equal to 0, sir.
Only 0?
Phi 0 అవుతుంది కదా సార్.
Correct. Only 0 na. Cos phi is equals to, you are saying 0 na. For constructive interference. Am I right? Or phi is 0 na.
Phi is 0, sir. Not
Means
phi.
cos phi equals to 1. Okay. Cos phi equals to 1. Cos phi equals to 1 means the phi value, being a mathematics student, you say only 0.
No, sir.
0. Not
2
90, not 180, not 270.
2 pi.
2 pi. Then only 0 and 2 pi.
4 pi. 6 pi.
So, very good. Now you are coming. Means it is appeared like multiples of 2 pi, multiples of pi. Very good. Very good. Where n values are 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. This is the condition for R maximum. Okay, Nana?
Yes, sir.
That R maximum substitute this cos phi value, Nana, either 0 or 2 pi or 4 pi. Then R max, that implies R max is equals to how much you get by substituting cos phi 1 here.
A1 plus A2.
That's it. So root of A1 plus A2 means plus or minus A1 plus A2. Am I right?
Sir.
Again, go back to our theory. Previously, already I told in the theory, you will get the resultant amplitude plus or minus A1 plus A2. It is called as constructive or destructive.
Constructive, sir.
So it is the concept of constructive interference. Okay. There are theoretically already explained. This you will get when crust joins with the crust or trough joins with the trough. Okay. So here you are 100% correct. In for R minimum, okay, you are telling that cos phi is equals to -1. We have to put there, and cos phi is -1 means phi is equals to only pi, Nana.
3 pi, 5 pi.
Means odd multiples or even multiples are?
Odd multiples.
Odd multiples. So can I write it as 2n minus into pi? I took minus, Nana. So n starts with 1, 2, 3, not 0. Okay. That you can understand. 2n minus 1 into pi. So it is the condition for what? R minimum. Okay. So here, what will be that R minimum?
Plus or minus A minimum. A minus B.
A minus B means A1 minus A2. Okay. This one also we discussed. This is constructive or destructive?
Destructive.
So it is a destructive interference. Okay. Where crust with the trough or trough with the crust joins with the, or trough joins with the crust. Okay. Here. This one theoretically previously we discussed for the destructive interference. Okay, now? See here, previously already I told, if they ask the intensity, intensity is equal to, I told it as Ka square.
Yes, sir.
Some constant T square. So if I ask not the amplitudes, these amplitudes, if I ask the intensity, what is the intensity of the first wave you write? K into
A square.
A1 na A2 na?
A1, sir.
Right. Intensity of the second wave?
A2.
Right. And in the same way, intensity of resultant wave?
A1 plus A2, sir.
Resultant.
K into A1 square plus A2 square.
Not only na, resultant here. This one I have to write na, A resultant square. Okay? Because you are saying only constructive and destructive. This is the general case, kada.
Okay, sir.
Huh? Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then what will be that resultant intensity here for
A1 plus A2.
Ah,
Plus A2
yes.
square.
Yes. 2A1, A2 cos. Very good. Right?
Yes,
Or will you write this in terms of I1 and I2?
sir. 1 minute, sir.
So after expanding this term, you will get K into A1 square is I1, K into A2 square is I2, K into A1, A2 is root I1 into root I2 cos phi. This is resultant intensity in terms of intensity and in terms of amplitude. Okay. Both the equations I gave there. Very good. Means you are saying for constructive interference, maximum.
Yes, sir.
So for maximum means constructive interference, delta x is equal to, by substituting here, you are getting delta x is equals to n lambda. Nice, correct. And this is for destructive.
For destructive is 2n minus 1 into lambda by 2.
Very good. So by substituting this value there in this formula, you will get delta x is equals to 2n minus 1 into lambda by 2. Right. Good. And this is how much? N lambda.
Lambda.
Good. So these two things also we have to remember. Okay?
Okay, sir.
I think you can solve it. First one. It will be easy. Okay? In that question, he is saying between the two sources, here both are emitting same frequency. While interfering at a point P, here they are maintaining some phase difference phi. That I don't know. Okay? But here he gave this distance, okay, is 3 meters. Okay? And this distance means here to there. It is 4 meters. Okay? And this point is exactly quite opposite to S1. Okay? Then here my question is, what will be the wavelength of light?
So it forms a rectangle, no, sir?
That I don't know.
Okay, sir.
This question, what is the wavelength of light used? Lambda equals to how much? Delta P is equals to S2P minus S1P. S2P from the right angle triangle, it is 5 meters. Whereas S1P already given, it is 4 meters. So delta x will be this 1 meter. Okay. Delta x is equals to 1 meter means that delta x may be n lambda or 2n minus
into
by 2 according to the question.
yes, sir.
Okay. So here I have to say the wavelength for constructive and destructive both now. That implies further constructive interference. Here I write this delta x is equals to n lambda and is equals to delta x, that is 1. Therefore lambda is equals to 1 by n. Okay. So what are the possible wavelengths if they ask? Here in
1 by
this case,
2 by 2n minus 1.
here, these wavelengths. Constructive
1 by constructive 1 by n, sir.
1 by n means n values are 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. I think you can't put here.
0 possible, sir.
That's what I'm saying. That implies the possible values are lambda is equals to 0, not possible. Next.
1, 2, 1 by 3, and so
on. Very good. So on meters. These are the possible wavelengths. 1, 1 by 2, by 3, so on. Okay. And for destructive, I think you are solving there.
2 by 2n minus 1, sir.
Very good.
Equal to plus 2, 2. 2 minus 2 by 3.
Okay. I think you are right. Delta x is 1. 1 is equals to n minus 1 into lambda by 2 means lambda is 2n minus 1. Right. N starts from 0 na 1 na?
0, sir.
No. 2n minus 1 here. Not 2n plus 1.
Sir, 0 could possible out, sir.
If you put 0, this value becomes minus 1.
Sir, minus negative.
Minus wavelengths. That too, addition here 2n minus 1 into lambda by 2 means n starts from 1 to 3. Even so, delta phi is equals to pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, so on, not minus pi. So I should not start from 0. I have to start here from 1. Yes, maximum you are telling 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, sir.
Okay, try to remember none of that. At the minimum, we won't put n equals. Okay. 0 is not there. If you take 2n plus 1 into pi, then you can take 0.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Maximum kochi whole numbers, minimum kochi natural numbers.
Yeah, good. That's what I'm saying.
Appu lambda వచ్చి 2 by 1, 2 by 3, 2 by 5, 2 by 7 and so on.
Right. 2 by 5 commas 2 by so on. They are the possible wavelengths of interference. Yes, you are right. Next here, if I ask what is the phase difference, Nana? Okay. So delta phi, if they ask, from delta x you can write that is 2 pi by lambda. From the formula 2 pi by lambda into delta x. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then one more question here. Suppose this is one pipe, Nana, taken like this. Okay, this is one pipe here. Okay, through this pipe, I am sending one wave, Nana. Okay, when it comes to this position, I think wave can travel in this direction. as well as in this direction. When this wave coming to here, there are two possibilities to travel that wave through the pipe. Okay. When it travels in the two possible waves and again join here, the two waves coming in the two different paths. Okay. At that point P, while joining, suppose if I find it is one maximum intensity point, means I am hearing the sound very loud here, maximum intensity point. Okay. Then my question is, take the wavelength of wave traveling through the pipe as 10 meters. Then what will be the radius of this cross section, considering it as a semicircle? What will be the radius? R equals to how much if the wavelength is 10 meters and the point is leading to constructive interference. Okay, not destructive, constructive. First possibility. Am I right? So length of ABP is pi r and length of AP straight away. This is appeared like diameter. Diameter means its length is 2r. So I am finding out both are not equal. This is 3.14 r. This is 2r. So here for the sound wave traveling along this path and along the other path, both the path lengths are not equal. So path difference will be there. That path difference is delta x for us. So delta x means since it is greater, so path difference between the two sound waves is pi r minus 2r. Okay. And that delta x here he is saying this is maximum intensity point. Condition for maximum intensity of delta x is, I think you know, n lambda. Am I right? So n lambda is equals to r into pi minus 2. Okay. So he is asking lambda equals to how much? Lambda is equals to r, he is asking radius. Radius is equals to n lambda by pi minus 2. Okay. In that you can say minimum radius here equals to, I have to put not 0 nana. Constructive interference you can put 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, not 0. Minimum radius. Radius means it should not be equals to radius 0. Okay, I require some semicircular part. Semicircular part means I have to substitute minimum r equals to n equals to 1. That implies r minimum I am getting here equals to 1 lambda by pi minus 2. That is 10 divided by 3.14 minus 2 is 1.14 meters. This is the minimum radius of the semicircular part.